Welcome everybody. We are here at Pocono Raceway for the Apex Sim Racing 150 from Pocono, and man, really excited to get this race going tonight. Trying to get some sound issues going. See if we can get some of those beautiful engine sounds. As if we can. I apologize. Sometimes it seems to be this way. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. Good Lord, it's not a good way to start. We are getting ready to grid up already as this Pocono Raceway getting going. We've got the Peg Leg Pole Award to give out, and that's going to Chris Mcclain from Poman Motorsports starting on pole. Chris Bedwell starting outside of the front row as we get into the Kinder Farm and Ranch starting grid. Garrett Kinder starting third. Chris Carroll starting fourth. Willie Evernham starting fifth. Starting sixth, Alan Smith. Starting seventh, Aaron Adcock. Starting eighth, Chuck Pegleg Feltz. Starting ninth, Dana Shepard. Starting 10th, George Williams. Starting 11th, Charles Stevens Jr. Starting 12th, William Griffith Jr. Starting 13th, Tony Edgerton. Starting 15th, Ray Rogers. Starting 16th, Anthony McPherson. Starting 17th, Matt Rogers. Starting 18th, Justin Miller. And starting 19th is Mike Veith. Well, we are at the Tricky Triangle. I'm Eddie Smith. This is Rebel Racing Network. Sorry about the bumpy start. Just had some audio issues that you just never know until you get ready to roll. And it always seems to happen that way. But, of course, we're here at Apex E-Series. Want to thank our major sponsor, ApexSimRacing.com. Man, they got some good button boxes, man. Let me tell you, got to go get you some. And, you know, you might even be an Apex champion if you get you something from Apex Sim Racing. As they come to turn 3, we're going to get this thing going. This is the last race before the playoffs. If you're on the outside looking in, this is the time that you need to get it done, get you a win, get yourself pointed in if you're on the outside looking in. But we are green flag 60 laps here at Pocono Raceway. And so far, Poman on the inside, bumper to bumper as Garrett Kinder pushes Chris Mcclain down into turn 1. Mcclain gets clear, and now it's Garrett Kinder and Bedwell. Bedwell got a nice little paint scheme going on tonight in that 95 machine. Good looking scheme as Garrett Kinder goes down to the inside as they are all over the place. 3 wide for the lead as Mcclain had to check up. And Garrett Kinder going to take over the top spot. We'll see if he makes it into the tunnel turn. And oh my goodness, the 95 gets cleared out by Chris Mcclain as they go through the tunnel turn. And caution going to come out on lap 1. Didn't even make it a lap, and the 95 goes around. Can see that coming from a mile away. Definitely not. Try to look at, see if we can look at some damage here. Try and take a look at that paint scheme, and now it's all messed up. So we're under caution, and Bedwell going to assess the damage, see if it's worth taking a fast repair. And if not, go down and get that damage fixed. Still a long way to go. 60 laps at Pocono is an eternity, especially if we're under caution. So hopefully we don't have too many cautions. But let's go through the Burkhalter Wreckage Rewind. Burkhalter Recycling and Demolition. Let's go check it out. Mcclain trying to get hard into the corner, into the tunnel turn. We'll go back and actually watch that last. See what happened to Mcclain. As you see, Aaron Adcock actually get loose in that 17. Mcclain's going to go down to turn 1 and just start sliding. And because of that, Garrett Kinder was there. Chris Bedwell on the outside. Mcclain trying to make some, get that thing wrapped up, able to do so. They go 3 wide. That 13 goes to the front. And as they go down to the tunnel turn, it looks like Mcclain was just trying to make up for lost time and being aggressive. And Bedwell just couldn't see him. Didn't know he was going to be in the middle lane. A little bit of contact, obviously not on purpose. But Bedwell not going to be a happy camper about that, no matter if it was on purpose or not. So, what's Aaron Adcock doing back here? I don't even know. I didn't see him a part of no incident. Go back and see what happened. We saw him get loose down into turn 1. And Aaron Eckhart loses a ton of spots. Let's go see what happened after that. There he is, getting loose. Oh, that's what, I guess I just missed that watching the other stuff. He got loose one time, and I guess he got loose again. Able to save it, though. What a good save. We talked a little bit before the race, me and Aaron did, and he said, I need to figure out a way to get around this track a little bit faster. And he definitely has the speed. Just has to cut down on the mistakes, man. That's all you got to do. I think in racing, especially on iRacing, first you got to find the speed, and you got to be able to make it around the track, find your bearings, and then at some point you're going to find some speed, and you're going to find that short run speed. Then you got to find the long run speed. Then you got to learn how to finish races. And I think Aaron is right towards the end of that last one where he is just going to figure out how to finish these races. Once he does, man, he's going to be trouble. They're going to have to he's going to change his nickname from Tiny to Trouble. Because he's going to start winning some races for sure. But didn't wreck it, though. It just got a little bit loose, got the tires hot. So don't know if he went in and got tires, just fuel. Looks like it was just going to be fuel. And he's going to get back on track. But up front, though, Garrett Kinder, Willie Evernham, your top two. Chris Carroll, your regular season champion. Congratulations to Chris Carroll, who was able to take that championship. He had he's got a ridiculous amount of points. I'll actually look at him right here just to give you the final number. But just a ridiculous amount of points for the season. Just really dominated. And let's go look and see real quick while we're getting the one to go. Yeah, after Iowa, Chris Carroll had a 106-point lead over second place Charles Stevens. So definitely had it wrapped up a couple weeks ago, but this week he is champion, regular season champion at least, and we're going to go into the playoffs after tonight. So as far as cutoff, we're going to have 16 drivers in the playoffs, and right now Tony Edgerton sits on that perch in 16th. He's got 23 points ahead of Willie Evernham. So Willie Evernham without a lead or a win, he's actually running in second place. So if he can get a win tonight, I mean, that'll lock himself in. If he can get up here and lead a lap, I mean, it's definitely possible that he can make up some points and maybe get lucky and make the jump over Tony Edgerton. But we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. It's not official until it's official, and we'll see where everybody plays out. But Willie Evernham still has a chance to point himself in, even after missing quite a few races. So, if I'm Willie, though, points racing is boring. Winning is fun. So I'm going to go out there and try to win this race, and I don't have to worry about points anymore. I am in. That's a surefire way to lock yourself into the playoffs. Coming out of turn 3, getting ready to go back green after that lap 1 incident. And green flag is out. Garrett Kinder gets a fantastic start. Going to bring Chris Carroll along with him down into turn 1. Going to clear the second row by quite a bit. Chris Carroll going to have a nice run. Willie Evernham did not get a great restart. Alan Smith in that 3 trigger time truck looking to the inside of the 91 as they come off a 1. Got some side-by-side action here. Starting with Chuck Phelps, Charles Stevens, George Williams, and Ray Rogers, who has already made up 7 spots. He is not wasting any time at all, and I'll tell you what, you better watch out for Ray Rogers. He'll be there at the end of this one. Especially if these front runners keep having issues like they are. It's pretty easy to pass whenever you take yourself to the back. So. Aaron Delancey in chat says, "Let's go, Christopher." And you know what? There's a lot of Christophers in the race. You got to let us know which one you're talking about. We got Chris Bedwell, we got Chris Carroll, we got Chris Mcclain. You know who you're talking about. But up front, it's Chris Kinder who has got the lead by just a few tenths, though. Chris Carroll's working his way to the back bumper of that 13 Big Frig Kinder Farm and Ranch Ford F-150, looking really, really fast. Pocono is a interesting track. I'm not sure if I call it fun. I think it just requires go back here and look at this 3-wide battle here. It's Ray Rogers putting some moves here on Charles Stevens. But I don't know if I call Pocono fun. It's just different, and so you have so many tracks that are very similar. Even short tracks, intermediates, and then you have Pocono. It's just nothing like it. Of course, Concord is a short track that's like it, but 2.5 mile racetrack, 55-second lap times, 56, just depending on tire wear, almost a minute to get around an oval. It's just an odd track. It requires, in these trucks, requires pinpoint accuracy. You have to be perfect every lap. The winner of this race will hit the marks every single lap, and that's so important, especially in trucks when you're trying to keep the momentum up. You have to do whatever you can to keep speed. The tunnel turn, critical turn to maintain that speed. As we got a battle for the lead here. Is Chris Carroll going to go down to the inside of the 13? 13 going to fight back on the outside. You'll see that all night. Turn 3, the outside really, really working. And you'll see the run that Garrett Kinder is going to get down the front stretch, the long pond front stretch. And you'll see the top side, how big of a run he got off there. But it's so important in the one that you get down to the bottom or in the middle, just depending on where you want to run. Get back on the gas as soon as possible. Carry the speed all the way down the short chute. And then in the tunnel turn, it is a stab and go. Got to stab the brake, stab the throttle, and get through it without scrubbing any speed off as you go down into turn 3. Turn 3 is a little bit more forgiving, but it all starts in turn 1 and it ends in turn 3. So that's a lot of time, especially if you lose any scrub any speed off. See, Chris Carroll, he's doing a great job in 1 and 2, but seems to be struggling in turn 3. Don't know if he's just having an issue getting back on the gas, saving a little bit. Who knows? Chris Carroll, he's one of them sneaky ones. You never know what he's doing. Sometimes he'll out sneak himself and forgets to take tires or something like that. But definitely been the class of the field. Definitely looking to see him ramp it up in the playoffs. Right now, though, he's trying to, it's Ray Rogers back here in 5th place, going to grab the wall. And the Hornet's Nest are going to eat him up for it. And that's what I'm talking about. You just cannot lose any momentum at this track, especially in 1 and 2. As you see, just one little mistake, a little scrape of the wall, barely even bent up the right side, and he is almost going to lose 3 spots, maybe 4. So it's incredibly important as it gets tight right there as Griff in the Pepto-Bismol truck making a little squeeze off the corner, able to take that spot. And there's Bedwell and Aaron Adcock trying to make their way back up there to the front. And I'll go ahead and tell you, man, there's no hope for the rest of the field. That 95 is going to be your 1-inch Design's favorite paint of the night. Every time I see it, I can't stop looking at it. It is a fantastic paint scheme. I love it. So congratulations, Chris Bedwell, as he's already got turned once, trying to make his way back up through the field. Looking to the inside of Ray Rogers. And 17, Aaron Adcock looking to follow along. Looks like Ray Rogers has significant damage on that right front, definitely moving up faster than anybody else, and now is starting to fade away. So he is going to be hoping for a pit stop soon or a caution to be able to get that thing fixed. Steve McDonald said, "How are we doing tonight, Eddie?" Man, I don't know. I'm full of caffeine. I don't know if you can tell. I'm ready to watch some amazing racing here in the Apex E-Series here at Pocono. So far, these guys put on a show. Look at a little door bang right here. Going to spread them out. Chris Bedwell going to split the difference, go down the middle, go to the inside of the Pepto-Bismol. It sounds good right now. Them peppers for lunch are really getting to me. And that 95 Miller Lite goes down to the inside and takes over that spot, moving back up to 7th place. And Aaron, I don't know who the heck that was. 5, Chris Mcclain trying to follow these fellas. You can see these guys are definitely faster, but you can see how difficult it is to pass here. You have to give up speed, scrub speed to make a pass on somebody, and that makes it incredibly difficult. Go back up front. Chris Carroll back to the back bumper of the Big Frig 13 machine. Using that draft, trying to set up a pass. There's a couple different passing zones that you can use. Off of turn 3 is a good one. Getting that run off the high side, you really can't pass into the tunnel turn. You see Chris Carroll going to look, think about to the inside. He goes, nope, last time I got whooped on the inside. Let's push him down into 3. Going to look down to the inside now, see if he can get that truck wound up. Not quite able to do it. You see what the top side can do. So a couple spots to pass. Taking the inside line down in turn 1 is a pretty good one. Getting the run off of 1 is another good spot. And then if you can get the run down the Long Pond straightaway, that's where the money is. So see that 13 stepping out just a little bit. Of course, if you're all by yourself, which they're not, they've got Willie Evernham right behind them. You can make a pass down in the tunnel turn. Make the outside guy really have to think about his line. If you haven't run the high side in the tunnel turn yet, somebody's on the inside, you don't really know where your braking points are, and can cause some issues. But Chris Carroll, like I said, doing a great job. Just can't seem to get turn 3 down just yet. Trying to find some clean air to get on that nose so he can get some downforce. The bottom in 3 just does not look good. He's able to make up quite a bit of time right here in the tunnel turn, just not in 3. While these two are battling it out, Willie Evernham just sitting back there. Talked about it. He's on the outside looking in. Needs a really good race. Right now, Tony Edgerton running in 18th. If Willie can, do a little bit of pit strategy, obviously the win is what he wants. If something happens and he's able to, stay out and get a lap led, that would be incredibly beneficial for Willie. But at the end of the day, getting that win is what he needs. That's a surefire way of getting in. And he's doing a great job right now as we're on lap 15 of 60. He's sitting in 3rd place. He can smell the leaders. He's got their exhaust, but he can stay there in that draft to keep the RPMs up. They get up here and battle for the lead. That just keeps him close. And he can be there to capitalize. Willie, not normally able to keep up with the leaders, and that's not a knock on Willie. That's just the guys who run up front are just unreal. But tonight he's showing a different side as he is sticking with these guys. Right behind him, we got Alan Smith in the 3. He is also having a fantastic race. I'm not sure Pocono would be a racetrack that he would say he is really interested in racing or enjoys, but I don't know. Looking pretty dang good. And speaking of that, Chris Bedwell has made his way back up to the top 5. I tell you what, that's race-winning speed you got out of the 95 machine. There's no doubt Chris Bedwell is the favorite to win tonight in my book. If I'm picking favorites, Chris Bedwell is the guy. I just know how strong he is here. And I know personally. We got a battle going for the lead here. Is Chris Carroll going to do a slide job on the 13? Is he going to be able to complete it? Masterful slide job as he pulls up right in front of Kinder. Kinder not able to adjust his line. And Chris Carroll takes the lead. A slick little move there. That's what you got to do, I guess, to get around somebody tonight with just how dirty air seems to be affecting them. Just not a whole lot of whole lot of motor to get by somebody. Oh, having a stroke. But new leader Chris Carroll, that's something I've said 100 times this season. And it definitely seems like he was a lot faster than Kinder. Just needed to find the right way to get around him, and he figured it out. Checking in on Charles Stevens, who looks like he has pancaked that wall. See the right side of that 88 truck. All scraped up, so he definitely has some damage and is struggling a little bit as he is falling all the way back to 17th. We saw him right around the top 10 there. But these trucks on iRacing, the damage model, just goofy. Does not like, I mean, you can hit the back end and blow the motor sometimes. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense, but these things are very, very sensitive, especially to the right front. So any damage to that, you're in for a long day. Oh, somebody gets a little bit loose right in front of him. I don't know who that was. Anthony Mcpherson. Going to the inside of Dana Shepard. Well, who we got on the webcams tonight? We got Chuck Paley Phelps, we got Chris Mcclain and Charles Stevens Jr. And we watch them try to work through the field. Chuck currently running in 8th place. Chris Mcclain in 9th. And 3 wide here with George Williams in the middle. George does the appropriate thing, I think, and just backs on out of it. But Anthony McPherson making some moves there. That was nice. Definitely a runner-up for paint of the night, too. Looks pretty good. Well, our biggest mover of the race right now is Ray Rogers, who currently runs in the 6th position, following Chris Bedwell to the front. We saw him get into the wall, but, you know, started falling back a little bit, but it doesn't seem to have affected his truck that much as he has continued to move forward and is actually starting to run down the 95 here. Had to come from the back to the front, so Ray maybe able to save a little bit more tire as he runs up onto the back bumper. They're both trying to chase down Alan Smith in that 3 truck. Rogers in the playoffs. Chris Bedwell as well. Bedwell with 2 wins. Ray Rogers still looking to get into the winner's circle. But, man, I tell you what, there's nobody more dangerous in the playoffs to me than Ray Rogers. He can get it done for sure. And we've got a little 3-way battle here for 4th place. Ratchet Miller says, hey, y'all. What's happening, Ratchet? Well, right now we're watching a fantastic race here in the Apex E-Series, and now it just got more fantasticer now that you're here as we watch both Bedwell and Ray Rogers go to the inside of Alan Smith, and here comes Aaron Adcock, the boss man. in that 17 truck. Back into the picture, so we got a lot of guys moving forward. As we go back here, got a battle between Anthony Mcpherson and Justin Miller with Chris Mcclain sitting, waiting in the wings. He's already got, I can't tell if he, it looks like the 5's got right side damage. It looks like Mcclain. That's one thing about Mcclain, man. I tell you what, there is nobody faster, but that's what he does, man. He pushes that truck to the absolute limit. He's going to get every bit that tire can grip. And sometimes, you know what? Sometimes the truck just ain't good enough for Chris Mcclain, and he'll stuff it in the fence to try to get it back straight. But he's about the only guy I can see win a race with a broke right front, and he can do it. So if I'm gonna put money on somebody with some damage to win it, it's gonna be that 5 truck. I don't know if he's already used his fast repair. I don't think he made contact earlier, but definitely has some damage now as Dana Shepherd going to look to the inside. All right, and it is a cluster you-know-what up here. Third place, Willie Evernham. Looking to try to defend a little bit, but man, Bedwell is moving. Ray Rogers following along. Ray Rogers making it really easy on himself, telling Bedwell, hey man, you make the hole and I'll drive through it with you. He's done that like 3 or 4 passes at this point. So Ray Rogers letting Bedwell do all the work. As Willie Evernham drops back to the 5th position. Alan Smith, though, right there. Looks like he might take a peek to the inside. He thinks and thought about it, decided not to. As you see Evernham get really, really deep into the corner, and that's going to hurt him on exit. You're going to see that 3 truck get a little run on him off the corner. That 17 is coming. If you're the 3 truck, you don't look like you might be a little bit faster, but you don't have to get it right now. Just be patient. What a great battle here. This is a lot of fun to watch. Last time by, Chris Carroll, fastest truck on the track. No surprise there, out in clean air. As we get close to some pit strategy starting to pick up soon. We check the times at the line. That time by Chris Bedwell, Chris Carroll, and Garrett Kinder all ran the same lap time. So you'll watch the Bobo Bowl Toyota, who has got some right side damage as well. You may be thinking, why are these guys all hitting the wall on the right side? Well, like I said earlier, it is so important that you keep the speed up. And whenever you go down in the corner, you're getting on the throttle as soon as you possibly can. And when you do that, you really kind of bind the truck into the track. And when it comes off the corner, if you didn't do it just right, it'll push off the corner headed towards the wall, and you won't be able to stop it. You can lift, but lifting actually will cause it to push even more, oddly enough. And so that's where a lot of that happens. You come off the corner trying to keep the speed up, and you'll grab the wall. So it is you've seen the best of the best do it. I mean, all from the top of the skill level all the way down. It doesn't matter. But I say, it's kind of like Darlington. If you don't have donuts on the side of your truck, by the time you leave Darlington, you ain't racing. You showed up. You showed up with the wrong mentality, and I think it's the same way here. Go back up here to 3rd place. Check in on Bedwell and Ray. They are starting to separate themselves. Aaron Adcock able to get those 2 positions, moves himself up in the top 5. Let's go check it. On our leader, Chris Carroll, regular season champion, showing why, as he has a 1.3 second lead over Garrett Kinder, who, I tell you what, Garrett Kinder, I'm not sure if he'd say he loved this track, but he's good at it. And he is currently 1.5 seconds back in that big frig. Started, I think he started like third. Was able to get around Chris Mcclain, had the lead, led a few laps before Chris Carroll finally able to get around him. But I'll tell you what, Garrett Kinder definitely really, really good at this track. Last time by a little bit faster than Chris Carroll. So Carroll trying to break the draft, kind of break that advantage that the 13 might have down the straightaway. Ooh. Thought Chris Carroll got really, really close to the wall there. Right now, fastest drivers on the track are these three right here who are scooting. Oh no, they're about 3/10 off. My bad. Falling apart. Of course, these guys have been driving really, really hard to get up to the front. Had to make a lot of passes. Definitely would like some fresh tires to be able to make something happen. You see Chris Bedwell trying to break Ray Rogers' draft. They are some 7 seconds behind Chris Carroll, so that gap is going to continue to increase. Clean air just that important. You start to lose the nose, you're not able to get on the gas as quickly. Being out front is such an advantage. Check in Justin Miller, Dana Shepard, Chris Mcclain, and Tony Edgerton. As Justin Miller goes down to the inside of Dana Shepard. Dana, they're going to fight here in the tunnel turn. Keep that momentum up, able to hang on to that position, but Mcclain going to take advantage of that speed loss on both of them. Go down into 3. Dana has the preferred groove. Let's see what Chris can do on the inside. Not able to make that move happen. That opens the door for Tony. Thought about it, decided to jump back in line. Got a couple people on pit road. David Harden and Matt Rogers, 34 of the 96, coming down pit road, maybe to make their final stop, split this race in half. So you can definitely make it on one stop here on fuel. Tires don't seem to be an issue either. I mean, we have fallen off a little bit, but not that much. Not as much as you would think. Chris Carroll's best lap time is a 55.1, which is pretty on par with everybody else. And last lap ran a 56.6, so about a second and a half fall off. That's not much at all for 30 laps here at Pocono. That's a lot of laps. So, you know, Pocono repaved this track not too long ago. So the tire wear just not there. So you're not going to gain a lot of time by short pitting. I don't think you'll gain some, but it won't be as much as some tracks. But now is as good as time as any. You can pit, not go a lap down with it being such a big track. There's really not a danger of pitting early, getting caught by a caution. So you got Aaron Adcock. Ooh. Getting a little squirrely coming out of his pit stall, but Chris Carroll is coming, but he should get up through the gears, and he'll have a tire advantage, be able to pull away. So see Chris Carroll off in the distance. And now everybody else is going to come down pit road, follow suit. We've got Chris Mcclain, Alan Smith, Willie Evernham making their way downtown, walking around, getting more tires and some fuel. We'll watch Chris Mcclain as he goes down to pit road. See if he uses a faster pair, if he elects to save it. I'd use it if it was me. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. You see that 5 come back to life. We'll see what he can do as Willie and Alan Smith take off, and our leaders coming down pit road together. Chris Bedwell going to stay out on the track. Got a little bit more fuel as he's already pitted after that lap 1 incident. So we'll see who gets in and out of the box the best. You come down, they got a pretty relatively easy entry into pit road, and then exit's pretty easy too. Just drive right out on the track. So see who's roll the dice pit crew gets it done. As you see everybody else kind of piled in. Chuck Phelps, William Griffith, and Chris Carroll going to pull away and maintain the lead. And here comes the 95, bringing that Miller Lite, number 95. Down pit road. I said 95 twice. That's okay. Gives up the lead, gets those bonus points. And so is Dana Shepard and Tony Edgerton at the same time, teammates coming down pit road. And that will give the lead back to Chris Carroll, who did a fantastic job on and off pit road. Pit crew did a great job. He has now got a 4.3 second lead over Garrett Kinder, who you see there in the distance in that red truck, and you see Ray Rogers, Aaron Adcock back behind them. It looks like Garrett Kinder did not have a great entry, exit, or pit stop. His pit time was a little slow, but his entry and exit were a lot slower. So not really sure what happened, but just a little bit slower on and off pit road for Garrett Kinder. Go back, check in on this battle here. Justin Miller, William Griffith. Justin Miller in that 26 truck. Making a pass with Bismol 12. 12 going to look back down the inside, though, with that crossover. Not quite have the nose there. Going to try to do it in turn 3, but we've seen that topside be just a whole lot better. And that continues. 12 is going to get loose. And got a bam! Oh my goodness! Down into the pit road wall. The safety barrier gets crushed, and he wrecks down in pit road, so we stay green. But man, that was a monster hit. Good grief! And he comes down. I don't know if he's gonna get a. Definitely, probably has some sort of penalty, as he carried a lot of speed down pit road. Let's see if he gets a fast repair. But that was a tough hit there for Griff. He gets a little bit loose off the corner trying to make it work. Luckily, he's got a fast repair, and he's going to come back on track. But tough hit right there. That's why we race on computer. That's not going to hurt at all. Battle for 11th, 12th, and 13th. Matt Rogers has it. Anthony McPherson wants it. So does Charles Stevens Jr. Chris Mcclain just set the best lap time of the night. 54.84. That is 3 tenths faster than anybody else's fastest lap time. So this 5 truck is rolling. Let's do a lap with him, see what it looks like. Barely any off-throttle time for the 5. Gonna stay up on the outside and try to get as much of a run as he can on the 75. Gonna use that draft. Not quite going to make it before turn 1, but let's watch and see how he's attacking this 2.5-mile triangle. Running the high line, try to get a run down this little short chute. Not quite going to make it to the inside of the 75. See, barely off the throttle, keeping that speed up. But you just see how hard it is to pass. You know, it kind of feels like he's faster, but man, just not able to get the run he needs. Going to struggle to get it here, as you see Chuck with the run off the top side. And Chuck going to hold on to that spot for now. Mcclain got to dive down to the inside. Chuck actually going to go up to the top side and just basically let him go. So somebody running the fastest lap times of the night. You see how difficult it is to pass. Very, very tough to make those moves work. And it's always nice to have somebody like Chuck Paisley-Phelps help you facilitate it. I'm going to give the cameraman a stroke tonight going back and forth like that. As Bedwell running in the 5th place. Willie Evernham looking really, really fast on new tires. He is. You can definitely tell he fires off really, really well. As the tires started to fade later in the run, he kind of dropped back a little bit. So you definitely tell he's pushing a little bit harder than everybody else on new tires. So if we get a late race caution or a green-white checker, man, watch out for this 91. He is he's going to be tough to beat. Well, a little spread out over the track here as we bring up the track map and look and see where everybody's at. Leader Chris Carroll will be highlighted in green. You'll see that green 97. And Garrett Kinder in that 13, about 5 seconds back. Ray Rogers, another 1.2 seconds back behind him. So trucks everywhere on the track, covering pretty much the whole track. George Williams out there by himself, just hanging out all lonely. About to get some company from that 97 who is really running him down. Go back and look at pit road. Looks like the Pepto-Bismol truck had even more issues after coming in and getting that fast repair. He is been sitting here for about 4 minutes. So, man, he must have went back on track. And if I had to guess, he probably came down pit road after sliding all 4 tires, especially the rears. Came down, hit the wall, coming, turned everything off to get a quick fast repair, went back on track, and I bet those rear tires were still extremely, extremely hot, and I would imagine probably had the same issue. So there's your lead right there, Chris Carroll in the middle of your screen on the bottom, and Garrett Kinder, Ray Rogers. Out of the top 3 last lap, Ray Rogers was the fastest truck out of those 3. As we only have 19 laps to go. So Chris Carroll got to be feeling pretty good. Caution goes out. That's going to obviously change things. But having a almost 6-second lead really nice thing to have here at Pocono. Going to be really, really hard to make that up. Looks like Aaron Adcock and Willie Evernham able to get around Bedwell. Not really sure what happened to Bedwell. Don't know if he got into the wall, got some damage or what, but here comes Willie Evernham down to the inside for fourth place. He ain't playing around. He knows he's got to, you know, win looks unlikely unless we get a caution, but every point is going to matter for him as Tony Edgerton currently running in 15th place. He's doing everything he can to try to point himself into the playoffs. Currently sitting in 17th. He's about 23 points back, so still not enough. Need to get up there and lead a lap, get some bonus points, but hey, still got to try. You never know what's going to happen. Willie had to miss a few races for some medical reasons. So had he made all the races, he's showing the speed tonight, why he would be a playoff driver. Right behind him, Bedwell trying to go to the inside of the 17 machine. Getting that top side, being extremely strong. He's got Chris Mcclain coming back down pit road. Looks like some more right side damage for that 5, so just driving the heck out of that thing, trying to get back up to the front. Well to the inside in the tunnel turn. Should be able to complete this pass here. Set his sights back on the 91. As we go up to second place, Ray Rogers has run down the 13. $15 laps to go. Gosh, it feels like 30 minutes ago I said there were 19 laps to go. Well, 15 laps to go to close the regular season. I got to tell you, man, it is a blast as we watch this battle here. Ray Rogers coming alive here at the end of this tire cycle. Looking to the inside. Garrett Kennedy going to have the preferred line. Let's see if he can, the 51 can slide up in front of the 13. What will the 13 do? Gets right behind Ray. Didn't know if he'd try the crossover. Looks like he's going to push him down into turn 1. Maybe get him to overdrive the entry. It looks like they get through turn 1 without any issues. But, man, this has just been a fantastic season. It's been a lot of fun. We're just getting started. The excitement is only going to pick up as the playoffs really always add that little extra level of excitement. As you know, if you're already locked into the playoffs, like like with those who are pointed in, but also have wins. Chris Carroll, Chris Bedwell, Chris Mcclain, Alex Coffey, Jason Raymond, all these drivers locked into the playoffs. If and you got people like Charles Stevens Jr., who is sitting second in points, George Williams, who is fourth in points, Chuck Phelps seventh, Garrett Kinder is eighth in points as we watch him try to keep up with Ray Rogers. Aaron Adcock is in ninth, Alan Smith in 10th in points, Justin Miller, Ray Rogers, Matt Rogers, Tracy Passons, Anthony Edgerton, all in the playoffs by points. So not much to race for. Just tonight it's just here, kind of almost for fun. Somebody who can get a win that doesn't have one that's outside of that, can get themselves into the playoffs, but doesn't look like that's going to happen. So getting ready to get this playoff geared up, and boy, it's going to be exciting as we head to Phoenix at the end of the year to crown a champion. I think we've got what it takes to get to the Final Four. You're going to have to go ahead and get your practice going for Phoenix. Here in Apex, going to do 2 races per round. So next 2 weeks from now, we will go to Lucas Oil on the 8th of September, and then Richmond will be the cutoff race, then Kentucky and Bristol for a cutoff race. That's something else right there. Then Talladega, Homestead to set the Final Four, and then we'll go to Phoenix, finish it off. So still a lot of good racing left to go. Maybe some of the best yet, and this has been a fantastic season here at Apex. Tonight, a lot of green flag racing, just the first caution on lap 1 when contact between Chris Mcclain and Chris Bedwell. Sent Bedwell around. He had to go get some damage fixed and has recovered nicely into the 5th place. Now, Aaron Adcock looking to take that away, but Bedwell to take away the 4th position from Willie. Well, about 9 laps to go. Aaron Adcock getting to the back bumper of the 95. Let's go through the field, show where everybody's at. Chris Carroll, he started around the 4th position, slowly worked his way to the front, and has yet to give it back up. Been a story of the season. Ray Rogers up 13 spots from where he started. Had a little bit of damage, able to get that fixed and recover. We get a caution, look for that 51 to challenge the 97. Right behind him, Garrett Kinder running in 3rd. Started in 3rd, running 3rd. It's a pretty good night so far as he tries to maybe track down Ray and get that 2nd position back. Running in 4th, Willie Evernham. Had a pretty good race so far, very solid race, quiet. Hadn't really seen him make any contact with the wall or anybody else. And so just a quiet 4th place right now as he's holding off a pretty dang good driver in Chris Bedwell and Aaron Adcock. As they run 4th, 5th, and 6th. Alan Smith running in 7th. Another one with a good qualifying effort. You see how important qualifying is. You just never know. That qualifying may not be the fastest truck on the track, but that effort puts him up near the front. And has been able to hold pretty well. Started 6th, running 7th. That's pretty dang good. Chuck Felton, same way. Started 8th and is running 8th. Trying to maybe run down Alan Smith. May be able to catch him by the time this race is over. Anthony Mcpherson has moved up 7 spots from where he started. He's having a great race in that 28. But right behind him, going to have to hold off Charles Stevens Jr., who we saw had some right side damage, got that fixed, and looking to move his way even further in the top 10. Justin Miller started in 18th, running 11th. As looks like we got a pass for 4th place here. We got a little 3-way battle here as Aaron Adcock not really sure where he wants to go. Going to push his teammate down the straightaway. Give Willie the advantage going into turn 3. Bedwell actually probably at a disadvantage there on the bottom. Able to get a good run, though, off that turn. But now he's got 2 trucks locked up on the outside. He may end up losing. Able to stay right there on the quarter of Aaron Adcock as they go down into turn 1. And that is good news for Willie. But both drivers actually drive up the track, and that allows Chris Bedwell to get a great run into through turn 1. We'll go through the field a little bit more, but want to watch this battle. The battles are few and far between here, as we have been, if we finish the race under green, 59 laps under green flag conditions. Willie Evernham goes down to the bottom to block the run from the 95. Does not want to give this position up. And I don't blame it. 8 but 5 to go, man. Let's race. Bedwell gets a nice little run down to the inside. Now it's a drag race to the tunnel turn. Who is going to come out with this one? I think both drivers are going to try to make it stick. I think Bedwell's in the best spot. Let's see how this goes. Put that left front right on the yellow line, and that gives him what he needs to come off of that position. Now, he's got 11 seconds to go to get to 3rd place Garrett Kinder and 17 seconds to go to catch Chris Carroll, as those top 3 have really separated themselves from the rest of the field. All right, let's get back to it. Anthony Mcpherson, Justin Miller, Tony Edgerton in 12th place. David Harden in 13th. Matt Rogers in 14th. Dana Shepard, we've seen him up there racing, being pretty racy tonight. Had some sort of issue apparently. Maybe had a penalty on pit road, but he is back in the 15th position. Mike Beath in that 9. Hadn't talked about him much tonight, but he is scooting along, running in 16th. Chris Mcclain, George Williams, and William Griffith are all out of this one, so disappointing nights for them. Let's go back up here, man. These guys are still battling. They're making this exciting. As 3-car battle here is Willie Evernham goes back around Chris Bedwell. as we're watching the battle for the lead, it is the APS Absolute Product Solution icing the competition final lap, as we've got to teleport about 20 seconds away from this battle. And you see them taking the white flag as Chris Carroll already out of turn 1 down the short chute to the this ain't the short chute. I don't know why I keep calling it that, but going into the tunnel turn and into the short chute as Chris Carroll looking to lock down win number 7 on the season. Everything looks good. Caution won't come out now as it goes down into turn 3 at that 97 machine on the rails ever since he got ahead of that 13, and he has been gone. Great pit stops all night long, able to really dominate the second half, and the 97 going to win. Chris Carroll, your winner tonight, comes home, win number 7. Ray Rogers is going to come home in second place. Garrett Kinder in third, and then we'll go back to this battle as they are wilding out, trying to battle it out here for fourth place, and Willie Everingham gets the job done and gets fourth. Chris Bedwell fifth, and Aaron Adcock sixth. Coming home seventh, Alan Smith with Chuck Pegleg Phelps not far behind. And then you got Charles Stevens, Anthony McPherson, 9th and 10th. Justin Miller coming off of turn 3 and comes home with the second best hard charger award as he really gets Matt Rogers there. Tony Edgerton in 12th. David Harden comes home in 13th. 14th, Matt Rogers and Dana Shepard 15th. Mike Veith 16th. Chris Mcclain is 17th. George Williams 18th. And William Griffith comes home in 19th. So, really, really good Pocono race. I'm sure it was a lot of fun. As let's go ahead and get these interviews going, and let's talk to some folks and see what it was like from their perspective. Garrett Kinder is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
What up, Eddie?
Man, well, that was a lot of fun, and it looks like you're still having fun, man. Pocono.
Yeah, man.
We talked about it. I talked about it a little bit. I don't know if it's your favorite track, but Pocono, definitely a track that you're really good at it. And tonight you really showed that. Had a lot of speed early, led some laps. Chris Carroll able to get around you, but talk about your race, man.
Oh, man, definitely not. It's probably not even the top 5 of my favorite tracks. It's just fun. Every corner being completely different, it really lends to a driver's track, trying to get that huge run off turn 3 so you can fly down the front stretch, and then really finessing through turn 1 to make sure you're not pushing up too high and you're not killing too much speed, staying low. It's really just it's a heavy momentum track, especially through the tunnel turn, and it's just fun. Yeah, man, I got up front and led a few laps, so that's always fun. Man, Eddie, you've raced over here, so you know the competition level is just absolutely through the roof. So anytime you can get a halfway decent finish, which I consider third place to be a halfway decent finish, it's always a good day. So really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed racing with these guys. Chris Carroll, Class Field, man, gapped us by like 6 seconds. So big props to him. Big props to Ray Rogers. Just a lot of fun.
Yeah, man. Well, we're getting ready for the playoffs. You're sitting in 8th in points, but you definitely are safe into the playoffs. Kind of a reset. I mean, you've missed a few races. I mean, Chris Carroll, Charles Stevens, a lot of those guys have 14, 15 races. You're at 11. So, I mean, you'd think you would definitely be up there fighting for the regular season championship, if not for that. But, getting a reset here for the playoffs. How do you feel about the playoffs? You feeling pretty good about it?
Yeah, man, playoffs are going to be fun. There's some tracks we're going to be visiting. I think Richmond's on there. Bristol's on there. I always love Bristol. It's just going to be fun. Kansas, just a lot of tracks that, man, they are on my top 5 list. I might not be the best at them by any means, and they're a lot of people's top 5 lists. But man, these playoffs are going to be wild. They're going to be fun, and I'm looking forward to them.
That's right. Well, man, as always, got to give the floor to you, man. I know you got the long list of things you got to call out here. So give me them sponsors. Tell me about Ray Page. Tell me about Cross 5 Calorie Coolers. Give me the whole spiel. Let's go.
Oh, man. Well, of course, got to thank Kinder Farm and Ranch. We threw this throwback scheme on a while back, and I just never took it off. I kind of like this truck, so still got them across the hood and Ratchet Speed Shop across the deck. Love having them on board. Love the text messages I get post race. Man, it's awesome just getting to talk to them whenever I see them about racing. It's a weird deal that they're getting to watch their dang near 30-year-old son and their best friend's son do some racing, but it's really cool to have their support. Of course, like you said, got to thank Big Frig and Cross 5 cattle coolers. If you want to keep your stuff hot and keep your stuff cold for cheaper and longer than anybody else, make sure you check out Big Frig and Cross 5 cattle coolers at bigfrig.com. Wolfpack Racing, Ray Page and Andy, they're both good guys there. See if threw extra name at you this time, Eddie. Andy's over there too. Man, if you don't know them, go holler at them. Great people. And of course, all my teammates over here at Poe, man. These guys, man, I can't say enough about them. We've adopted a few. We brought a few in. Your dad raced with us down there in Poe, man, tonight. So, man, it was just a lot of fun. We're always cutting up, having fun. You know, Chris Mcclain had a little bit of trouble. I think he smacked the wall a couple times. Griff smacked the wall once or twice. So, unfortunate finish for them, but man, just we're having a lot of fun. Thank Aaron for running this whole league. He does a great job, and of course, Apex Sim Racing gear for all your sim racers. Go ahead and hit them up.
Well, there you have it. Third place, Garrett Kinder. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, bud.
Well, right in front of him there with a little battle at the end is Ray Rogers, who comes home in second place. Ray, what's going on?
Not a whole lot, buddy. How about yourself?
Well, man, you are the Kyle Roberts handmade leather. I think you trying to win a wallet or something because you have been the hard charger award probably 8 times this season. Started 15th, finished second, just systematically working your way up to the front. Talk about your race. How hard was it to pass, and how hard was it to get your way back up to second place?
It wasn't too hard. I just, I was always patient. Didn't want to, push any issues or anything like that. But it wasn't really that hard to pass. Once I got to, who I needed to get to. But it's just once I got the second, there was just no running down Chris.
Yeah, I mean, if you think if you had a caution, do you think you had some speed to maybe fight him for the win?
I think I could have gave him a run for his money. Passing was one thing, but it looked like watching lap times. I would be faster, he would be faster. It was just back and forth, back and forth. So I think if I ever got up there to him, I definitely would have gave him a run for the money.
There you go. Well, playoffs starting. This end of the regular season finished it off with a good second place finish. You're in the playoffs. How you feeling about the playoffs? You think you got something for these guys? Get yourself in the top 4 and race it out at Phoenix.
I think I can. Definitely going to have to start qualifying. I can't be starting in the back and taking any chances. So definitely going to have to start qualifying and just give it all I have, man. That's all I can do.
Well, looking forward to that. Well, Ray, congratulations on the second place finish, and as always, we give the floor to you. Got any sponsor shout outs? Anybody you want to thank?
First and foremost, Aaron, for the league, you as always for, doing the broadcast, and also for Apex Sim for sponsoring the league, Peg Leg for the pole award, 1-inch design, and APS Ice in the competition final. So, thanks to those guys for making this happen.
There you have it. Ray Rogers with a second place finish. Fantastic race. Let's get our winner up in here. We've talked to this guy in the winners column multiple times. That's 7 times on the season. Chris Carroll, this Eddie, you got me.
I got you, Eddie Smith.
Well, man, just said it. We've talked to you a bunch tonight. Tonight was it's one of those where it wasn't exciting for you. You kind of worked your way past a couple guys, got to Kinder's back bumper, worked on him, did a nice little slide job, and that was it, man. You were gone. It stayed green the rest of the way. Had a hell of a pit stop, and came out with a 4-second lead, and man, just never looked back. So, just another fantastic race for you. What was it like from your point of view? How do you keep yourself on task of, okay, I got a big lead. Sometimes you can kind of let your mind slip and slip up, hit the wall, or do something. How do you keep focused when you're that far ahead and trying to make sure you get the win there?
Well, Garrett was real quick. Ray was real quick too. Getting to Garrett was tough. You get the arrow push here, and I was trying to figure out a way to get by him. And Garrett's really good. You can go racing with Garrett. All them guys at the front, you don't have to worry about those guys killing you. I decided I was going to try and catch them sleeping. I was going to ride behind them for about a while and then try that move, and it worked. I think Garrett did a good job. He could have probably wrecked me there or crossed me over or one of the, whatever he wanted to do. But Garrett knows how to do it. A lot of fun racing with those guys. And once you get out front, I'm not going to lie to you, Eddie. I almost fell asleep down the backstretch twice, but the motor was putting me to sleep. But just watching the distance between those guys, when to go, when to not to go, and just kept myself busy like that. That's how I do it. I don't know how the rest of them guys do it when they get a big lead, but I just try and stay focused that way. Like I just pretend they're right on my bumper,
That's right. Well, that's it of the regular season. You are the regular season champion. Of course, we already knew that. Had a 100 and something point lead over second place Charles Stevens. But after this week, though, everything gets changed, man. It's all going to reset. That big lead's going to go down to next to nothing, and you're going to be in a dogfight for this championship as we go from 16 to 8 to 4, or
You're right.
and
You
then
got it.
and to crown a champion in Phoenix. So tell me, man, what's it going to be like? How are you going to change? Are you going to change anything, or how are you going to attack these races, or are you just going to keep doing what you've been doing as we get into the playoffs?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Try and stay up front. Try to keep the truck clean, and try not to get into any skirmishes with the truck. Tonight we were 3 or 4 wide going down the back, and I backed out of it, and I think they wrecked there. So I mean, just stuff like that. You gotta be savvy. You gotta be smart, and been doing this a long time. So just try and put the truck in a place where you don't wreck it and you get maximum points. And the goal is just to get to Phoenix and see what happens.
Yeah, and with these playoffs, I mean, it can be a stressful thing. With only 2 races in a playoff, you're really not afforded a bad race. So does that add any kind of stress? I mean, do you think about that at all, or you just like you said, just go out there, do what you've been doing, and get through it?
It's competition, man. Stuff's gonna happen. It's gonna be out of your control. I mean, drive the truck to the best of your ability. Try and make the best decisions, and let the chips weigh that they're gonna lay. It's there's a lot of stuff out there. Guys lose control of their trucks. You lose control of your truck. There's lots of stuff that it's out of your control. So you just got to go lap by lap and try and make good decisions, Eddie.
Well, it sound like you're ready to go. Sound like a lot of people are ready to go. So I'm excited, man, to get this thing going. But tonight's your night again, 7 times on the season. Congratulations, Chris Carroll, and always, man, who you got to thank, sponsor, shout outs, friends, family.
Thanks, Eddie. I always got to thank Brian Zimmerman, USAFirearms.com. I got to thank all the Pit Lizard boys that stand behind me. We love that lizard. He's on the hood and doing what we do. I got to thank Five Kings. I got to thank Aaron Adcock and all the boys that work hard to put on the league. And I got to thank you for the broadcast and all my friends and family watching. I got my folks are always out there watching, and we always got friends and family watching too. So it's a lot of fun out here. You do a great job, Eddie. We appreciate it, man.
Well, I appreciate that. Congratulations again, Chris Carroll, on the win. And we will be talking to you, I'm sure, in the future. Well, all right, guys. Well, another successful race. Um, Really, really great job. One caution on the night, but lap 1 incident between Chris Mcclain and Chris Bedwell. But after that, all green flag racing. Chris Carroll comes home with the win, and we move on into the playoffs. We don't have an official playoffs. The points will be done later, so we will definitely have some more playoff coverage. And who is going to be locked in later down the road? It'll obviously be posted on the Discord, but um, the we'll have some pre-race stuff with all the playoff drivers next week. Talk to them, see how they're feeling going into it, and should be a lot of fun. So, all right, guys. Well, thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Got a couple awards to give out. We want to make sure that we give out the different awards. And I got to give the Jammed Up Trigger Time Jammed Up award. That's going to go to William Griffith, who had a hard hit down to the inside of the pit road wall, man, just clobbered it, and comes home in 19th after what I would assume spinning those hot tires that came off pit road. So that is your Jammed Up Award winner, William Griffith. The Hard Charger Award is going to go to Ray Rogers, who finished second, 13 spots from where he started. Congratulations on yet another Kyle Roberts Handmade Leather Hard Charger Award winner. Well, again, thank y'all for watching. Thanks to Apex Sim Racing, ApexSimRacing.com for all kinds of gear, button boxes, all type of thing. Definitely let them know who sent you, and definitely appreciate that support. All the sponsors, Aaron Adcock, who puts the series on, anybody who puts any time into this series. It's one of the best truck series that I know. So definitely enjoy being here. Appreciate them including me in this thing. It's been a lot of fun this season. Has really been a blast. So I look forward to Thursday nights every night. Hope y'all do too. And we will see y'all in 2 weeks on the 8th of September as we start the playoffs and get ready to crown yet another Apex champion. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you.